Hi, everybody. This is Cindy Clow, and we are hoping that you will follow us on Anything But Routine Instagram, and I'd love you to follow me at Cindy Still Kicking. What's your Instagram?
AS Clow.
All right. So today we want to just talk a little bit. This is kind of to parents and coaches and dancers, really, about private lessons.
So, can I go? Sorry.
Yeah, go.
I think private lessons are great. So don't get me wrong. I think they can be amazing. I think dancers can really learn a lot from private lessons. My hot take on private lessons right now is that I feel like it's kind of spiraled and gotten a little bit out of control, where I think everyone's feeling, not everyone, but a lot of people are feeling like they have to do private lessons, or that is what's going to make their dancer great. And I just want parents and dancers to take a step back and kind of go, yes, private lessons are cool and you can get a lot out of them, but I also want you to think about the work ethic, we're instilling in children and our dancers, that you don't just work hard in private lessons, but like you got to work hard in a group setting. And I've seen it way too many times where, I have a lot of my child focuses way better one-on-one. Well, I think everybody does. Like, no matter what, everyone's going to focus better in a one-on-one setting. However, I think we also need to teach dancers and kids to be able to focus in a group setting and be able to try hard, whether they're in the back corner of a dance, they're in the front center of a dance. Like, they need to learn how to work hard in a group setting. And I get really sad when I see dancers that work really hard in a private lesson, but they're not hard workers at class or at our practices. And that's frustrating as a teacher. And honestly, like I want to see a kid that wants to get it on their own and works really hard when they don't think anybody's watching. And I think that we're maybe creating a bad culture of this, like, oh, we need all this special treatment in these private lessons and all of this extra, when maybe they just need a little kick in the butt to like push themselves a little harder at class and at practice.
Right, because like sometimes they're getting private lessons from people and I'm like, I've told them that 50 times, but they didn't apply it.
Mm-hmm.
So...
And I'm not saying I don't think you should do them. I think they can be awesome. I think,
absolutely.
Doing one every once in a while.
We're talking out of both sides of our mouth.
Right.
But there are some kids who just don't apply at practice.
Yes. And then I think sometimes there can be too much. Like, I think, getting a private lesson once a month or like once every couple months to kind of revisit, like, okay, what are you progressing on? What do you still need to work on? Here's a teacher, when I watch you in this 30 minutes, here are the 5 things I think are the most important things for you to focus on in the next month till I see you again. Great. Then you give them something to like have goals and work on. And I know, yes, you do try harder in that setting, but sometimes like doing that, give them some stuff to go do and focus on while they're at class or while they're at the side when across the floors are happening or whatever it might be. And then come back again. Like, they don't necessarily need to be doing weekly private lessons.
And college coaches want to see kids who can apply corrections quickly, and who would listen and don't just like let it go right over their head. We had Amanda Gaines at our last camp from U of M, and she was saying, when I give a correction to a kid, I don't want them just to say thank you and walk to the side. I want to see them say thank you and then walk away and try what she just told them. And I love that too. I want them to, then they heard you and they're trying to apply it. So that would be...
And if you don't understand, like, ask. Like, I love when kids are like, hey, so you said I needed to do this. I'm not really getting what you're meaning. Or how can I figure that out? And it doesn't necessarily take a private lesson. Like, just ask me the question and then I can give you the stuff to go fix it. And if they are self-motivated enough, they will do it.
Today's episode is sponsored by Just for Kicks Catalog. We are a one-stop shop for everything you need for coaching, dance, and running your studio. From costumes to poms, to leotards, to shoes. We have in-stock items ready to ship with great customer service. So check us out online at justforkicks.com.
Did we talk about getting upset with placements? We did in our last one, so maybe we should talk to that because we did have that question asked of us. It's if you get upset with placements and your mom calls the coach or you call the coach because you're upset with where you placed, I want you to really step back and think about who should you be upset with. And in most cases, you gotta look in the mirror, right?
Mm-hmm.
Back at yourself, because like we were just telling our kids today at our morning practices, today was our last day of summer practice. You've got now until October 24th, basically to change what we saw today. We watched you today. We videoed yesterday. You know, now
You have 2.5 months.
you got to look at your issues. And I feel like our kids could look at themselves and know exactly what, because we've told them enough. They know what they're weak at. But if they don't, like say it's flexibility and they aren't flexible by October, who are you going to be upset with? I can't fix that. I've told you what you have to get better at. And what if it's, you know, a different thing like toe touch or a different jump, a 540, something. Have you tried to get it? Have you tried to work on it by October? Are we seeing some significant increase in what you're able to do?
Mm-hmm.
It's really important. Look in the mirror. You need to look in the mirror. Good luck.